Evening, folks. How's your day? In general, I would like when a
Folks,
day starts out bad
how's
to
your day?
get better eventually. Just getting my screenshot set up. Super paranoid about that. Maybe it's because I didn't unplug it last time, so I unplugged it this time. And then restarted. Just getting my chat rooms open. And it's not giving me my YouTube chat room. How do I force this to think? Okay, who's live right now? Who's live on YouTube? Anybody live? Live. I don't know how do you find live shows on YouTube? Who's live right now? I don't know. Oh, this pissed me off so bad. Is there just a fucking channel that is live so I can make my chat room open up? Because you have to go to a room that's already got a chat room open. Oh, this pissed me off so bad. There, thank you. That only took forever and a day. Literally. People could have been born and died in the time it took to set up 3 fucking shows. I would say I want to kill myself, but I wanted to kill myself before this, so it kind of loses its effect. Can it stay up long enough for me to tweet it out? What's up, one to go to? And Lisa Gray. Lisa, it's just all my bad luck. It's just the sun's at a water sign, Mercury's retrograde. Uh, DJ underscore. If you're still there on Twitch, what's up? Pardon me a sec. Nose is a bit drippy. Just gonna try to tweet out my own show. Let's see how long this takes. John Rogers, glad you made it. And Patrick, glad you made it. Patrick saying they're trying to fuck your head up, Nikki, but like a true warrior, you carry on. Yeah, Nightcock, we're live. The show must go on and all that. Live for Heart. THREE exclamation point return paste. Is this the third episode or the second one? Hold on, let me make sure. Yeah, that's the third one. Okay. Lisa says, why does your nose run and your feet smell? I know, right? Why can't your nose just smell everything? And that way your feet have more time to be feet and they can run around. That makes sense to me. We would all be runners then. Dude. Oh, I should have copied. Live. For Heart. For part 3. I mean, 3 is my lucky number and all, but that's the number I get to, and get pissed off. So you really don't want to hit me with something 3 times. Dusty Blue, good you made it. And I want to say thank you to Lisa Gray. This came through when I was, off one of those times in the last 10 minutes. I Lisa says to help get you to Frank's intervention. It is. It really is. I'm starting to think so. I don't know why my nose gets drippy. I'm not putting powder up it or anything. Yeah, John Roger, third time's a charm. Want me to talk fast? Christ's sake. Frank brought up that I guess the TWA Flight 800 is back in the news again because after dragging their feet for 30 years, it's finally going to trial next year, the 30-year mark. But I'm like, isn't that the plane that blew up when it was going to France for Christmas? And then somebody said it was like they put the date in, it's like the middle of July of like 96. I was close. I was probably thinking of another, tragedy, but yeah, I remember that. I wasn't on the flight, but I sort of remember that happening. A plane, took off, blew up, everybody died, as what usually happens. Oh, B-Chap, glad you made it. Hell yeah, Nightcock said stop by my local farm co-op today, and now I have an awesome homemade smoothie. Fuck yes. Patrick, yeah, great to see all the true fans here. Nightcock, yeah, did they have to wait for all the guilty parties to die off? I think that's what it is. Somebody else said that. But the fact the plane blew up on the way to France, Rover said, that's still better than landing in France. Ouch. Lisa is like, ooh, I want a smoothie. I've been thinking about like milkshakes for a while. 8 p.m. at the Tuesday show, Frank played this chill piano track. Couldn't tell you the name of it. He's been playing that on and off for years. I like it. It's super chill. It's not in your face. It's not overstated. But the guest that was going to be on was, he's got one of these security companies, like they find your information on websites and, make the websites delete it, that kind of a thing. Oh, Lisa Gray, are you on the live chat? Frank wouldn't let us see the guest at first. He just decided not to put him on camera. And I'm like, me or somebody, maybe me, but I was like, the chat will decide if he should be on screen. It's like, let us see him first, and if we don't like him, we'll tell you to turn the camera off. And this is when Frank was talking about those their AI cities, their concentration camps, but they call them AI cities, and he did not sound mad about moving into one of those. So yeah, again, fuck AI and anybody who uses it. B-Chap says, I like the taste of smoothies, however, got allergies, so can't have hardly any. Oh, that sucks. What's it like being lactose intolerant? That sounds like way too much hassle. Does it just kill you? Is it an upset stomach? But yeah, this dude's up there talking about cybersecurity, all that stuff. And then he's mentioning all this other stuff that he's got on his website that they can, help you out, things like that. CP Tophers. He's like, we got shit you never knew you needed. Was this guy who, like, when he finally did show his face, he's like, hey, I want to show my face, but he had like a hat on, sunglasses, and like the microphone where like the big circular, like fuzzy part that, that's sort of covering him up. So it's like we couldn't see his face, we couldn't see his eyes, and he's wearing a hat, and just we still can't see you, guy. I get the joke, hey, let me show my face, and everything's covered up, like LOL. If he was going for that joke, I don't know. I thought it was funny. The guy's name is Skip. That's what it is. I'm like, why did I write down Skip? Why would I? I would have written that at the beginning of the sent. Oh, that was his name. My bad. Whatever says Frank says Skip. I always think he's talking about his stepdad who passed. Nightcock said a friend of mine had a high-ranking grandfather who happened to have a TWA calendar that had Flight 800 actually featured in it before it happened. Yeah. Who's selling the calendar of like the plane crashes, for every month of the year? Lisa Gray, he hit his pickle. If his pickle's on YouTube, or not on YouTube, but on the internet, we can't find it. And a lot of people, like this does come up every once in a while, that a lot of people who are Franklies found the show through Amazing Polly. She has been on, quite frankly, before, but it's been a while. So I don't know her, but I know him. So it's cool that like this guest that he's had on, just not even a lot. A lot of those folks are Franklies, so that's awesome. Or maybe she talked up the show and then they checked out Frank. Okay. Wednesday it happened again. Even though I had to get up early Wednesday, I still put myself to bed like around midnight, 11:30, because I have to be up at 5:30 no matter what. Like put myself to bed, solid sleep. Woke up, did my thing, felt good. That could be a trend. A beach chap says, I get a bit of a headache, itchy skin, itchy hives. My intestinal tract makes heaps of noise. Feel like going to spew up. So instead, you have to have the lactose-free milk or sometimes almond milk. Yeah, that's why the only time if you don't like almonds, don't have almond milk because it tastes like almonds. But some people don't have a choice, so that's what they've got to use. Okay. Um. So it's not like you're just gonna have a very noisy, upset body. It's not like you have to. What's the like? Not to make fun of the people. If you have, if you need this, you need this. But like the EpiPen for lactose. It took the bite off of the corner of a chocolate bar, and now now I'm swelling up. Pea protein milk. Nightcock is mentioning to be chaff. PEA protein milk. Yeah, Wednesday we got rain. Already been over the fact that the fact that I'm doing 3 shows tonight, let you know Mercury is retrograde. And this has been happening the last few weeks. Frank starts his show with some music, but then he doesn't lower it enough to make it background music, so it becomes foreground music, and then he's talking over it. Again, that's the alcoholism. He just can't. It's affecting his hearing. That's what that is. It does make it annoying because he sits there and looks at us and tries to talk to us. Meanwhile, his music is taking over. This was some fucking bullshit. Yeah, Wednesday. Ooh. Already in a mood because I have to get up earlier that day. I get an email from Keto Brains, and that's fine. You buy something from a place, you keep getting emails for like stuff, or if they have a promotion, you get emails. You can always turn those off, so it's under my control. But I get this email, and it doesn't look like any other email. It's just words. It's not pictures. Long story short, I was emailed an Instagram post because this thing, I get this real big long description talking about, hey, we're all family here at Keto Brains, so we just wanted to let you know that somebody you've never met had a baby in a hospital, and here's the picture. So I had to unsubscribe from that. I'm like, no. This should have been an Instagram post. Posting pictures of children online is creepy. I had to let him know, like, no, this is inappropriate. You're wasting my email chime on something that could have been a tweet, a Facebook post, an Instagram post. You don't know every single person who's bought your product, and now you're dropping a picture of two adults and two children into their inbox. That's creepy as fuck. That's just like, as much as like I didn't like, I've already, you know how I feel about Keto Brains, the company, and then that happened. Oh no, I didn't know I had to worry about some kind of creeper working in your midst, and then you had to tell me this child was born in a hospital, and then there's no mention about like, oh, and we've got the funeral prepaid. No, because in 10 years I'm just going to get an email about the funeral. I already know what's going to happen. Don't waste my time with that bullshit. If I cared, you don't send, I'm not your family. Don't show me pictures of your children. If you're going to put it on Instagram, that's a whole other thing. Put it there. You don't put it in a email. Just wrong place, wrong place. Oh yeah, beach chip. Yeah, understandable if the data's low on your phone. And more AI talk every single night this week. Just Frank had to slip in the AI somewhere. No, you're not. People are always talking about going to the hospital and getting blood work and all this stuff done to, was this? Yeah, this is when Jupiter Gulinella was on. Yeah, this was a Wednesday show. You're not going to get healthier going to the doctor. That's like going to the dope man and asking him to help you detox. Like, the business that makes you sick is not going to help you get better. So if you're going into a hospital to get healthier, you are retarded. People wonder why they're sick all the time and wondering why they get all this blood work done and all this test done. It's like, yeah, because you're feeding their system and wasting your time letting you know you're healthy. I mean, unless you got some underlying medical issue where it's like, hey, if this flares up, I could literally die. You don't need to be running to the hospital lining their pockets with gold. That's, you don't ask. If you're making a decision about a purchase, let's say like a car, you don't ask the guy selling you the car for his opinion. He's going to tell you the thing that's going to get him a bigger commission. If you need to make a decision about two products in a store and you ask the employee, I'm going to tell you the more expensive one just to watch your shocked expression. Like, don't ask me a stupid question because I'm going to give you a stupid answer. Oh my god, you would point out the most expensive one. Well, if you knew what the fuck I was going to point out, why'd you ask me? You wasted both of our times, and you proved you're dumb as hell because you can't think for yourself. Yep, B-Chap's right. Yeah, doctors often don't listen. They call your name, tell you to sit down on the seat in the doctor's room, pretend to listen. The doctors don't give a fuck. Some do, but in my experience, most don't. If you don't look like them, they won't help you. Doctors don't look like me, I don't get help. I'm not an overweight white guy. I don't look like I broke into the country. Now, I've been noticing this, and somebody else, totally random, pointed this out, that Jupiter Gulinello is making Frank insecure about his body. And I already mentioned before that Frank's becoming a hypochondriac, getting his blood work done, talking about, you want to see my blood work? And he doesn't have any fewer sick days. So all this extra healthy stuff he's doing, I don't know how much it costs him or how much time it takes him, but he's still, he's still missing. It's not like he's in the seat more often because he's healthier. He's just spending more time going to doctors and getting blood work done. And somebody else they were a little bit more negative about it, talking more like Jupiter's a bad influence on Frank. It's just a little bit. Frank just seems like he puts his trust in people and doesn't know when to take it back. And it's just making him more paranoid about his health. He's still sick as much. It's not doing him any good to needle in. You're already like the healthiest guy on the block, and you're worried about it. Like, calm. He's got it too easy. That's why he worries about little shit like this. Nightcock, I've been avoiding going to the doctor. Haven't had a checkup in almost going on 2 decades. Yeah, I haven't been to the gynecologist since it's been over 20 years, but I don't have a problem, so I don't need to go. You don't need to look in there. There's enough videos of that area of a woman's body online. Lisa Gray, yeah, of course, the ancient one, Jupiter or Jugular G, would love to see Frank's blood work. Yeah, he's into that shit. Every vampire is, and you're never going to be as healthy as a vampire. So he's trying to like live up to this like standard of health that's unattainable because one person's immortal and the other person's a human. So you need to realize who you are in the universe and adjust your expectations accordingly. I look up to Judy Garland, but I've told you before, never ever compare yourself to that woman because you're instantly going to feel behind. Like, well, at her age, she was doing this, and at my age, you're going to feel like shit. Don't even start down that path. Patrick said, supposed to take a lot of different medicines for heart. Stopped taking them a couple months back. Leave it up to God now. Yeah. Look, man, if he wanted me, he'd take me, so I guess he don't want me yet. The guest was I never saw this chick before. I guess she's a sponsor for the event coming up. Her product it's a sweetener. It's all natural. It's not honey. It's not sugar. It's something to do with seaweed. But this chick, she made me think right away of Gina Torres. You would know her from the Buffy verse. If you saw Firefly or Serenity, her like she made me think of her right away. I'm like, okay, cool. There's just something familiar about her, even though I've never seen her before. And again, I've never seen this lady before, but I just had a feeling she had a cat. Don't know why. Didn't see cat toys or scratches or nothing. Just had a feeling. Don't know why. There it was. Whole interview goes by. And it was fine. She has a very pleasant speaking voice. Oh my God, I was almost falling asleep to it. She's just so like, shit. I don't talk that way at all. My voice is never that chill. I don't think I've ever been that calm except on Xanax. Very pleasant speaking voice. But then way down in the corner at some point there was something's moving, something black, and it's like white background kind of hurt my eyes. There was Jupiter Gulanella wearing a white fucking shirt. He was wearing Frank's default white V-neck shirt, hat on. What the hell's wrong with him? Like trying to act like he's not a vampire by wearing white. You're not fooling me. Pissed off already. So, here's this lady, whatever. So I could see like the corner of the shot. So that's how I saw something black, something moving. It was a cat. It was a cat. It was I thought it was black first, but it was a tuxedo cat, and he kind of like scooted around the corner. It's like come back in the room, kitty cat, over here, over here. And he heard us, so he came back. And like this cat comes in, bigger cat, kind of has a little bit of a belly, so he's like just older cat, but he had energy, kind of frisky, but he's just kind of there. And then he leaves, and the interview was over. You buried the lead. The guest should come on and say like, hi, my name is such and such, my product is this, I have a cat, and then continue on. You don't have to show us right away, but mention it. Or like, hi, my name is such and such, this is my product, I don't have a cat, and the rest of the interview. And just let us know. But so like and it didn't come up, so now he's got to bring her all the way back on the show just to have the cat on. We've got questions. What's his name? Does he know Matt McCat? Mission control. Okay, back with some Fireball whiskey, working on my riding lawnmower. My parts came in yesterday. Oh, sweet. Yeah, B-Chip. Yeah, if they only send you for those tests just to. I don't know who's paying for it. I don't know if that comes out of pocket. I don't know if you have insurance or anything like that, but it's just. It's a waste of your time if it all comes back negative. Want to go to, but doesn't she also have an Adam's apple? Wasn't looking that close. It was too bright. Lisa, yeah, her house was sterile clean. Yeah, I like the no clutter. I like that look, but can you go for like maybe a darker, like just gray walls? Because with the vampire wearing white and then white background and like white in the kitchen, it was just too much. I could not. I'm surprised I saw that cat at all. That's why I was freaking out so bad. Natalie is her name. That's it. Jupiter Gulanello played a video of himself singing. He did sing. He's had time to learn how. He's had a couple hundred years. But he does sing. He was singing Under Pressure. I don't know that song. Apparently it has high notes in it that he was hitting. It was a duet, obviously. I think Jupiter was doing a better job of it. Patrick said, haven't been by, quite frankly, for a week or so. Miss it, but usually in bed by then. Yeah, it does. That is, like midnight for him when it comes on, so totally understandable. It's all right. They just been bringing up AI every day. Oh, okay. Here we go. Twice. This is if I can remember it, it's happening too often. And then, like, I wrote it down too. So it happened last week. It happened this week. Remember when Sal Slaps was on and then Frank had to play the videos of the hooves? Okay, so now we have Jupiter Gulanello there talking about food and health. We've got Natalie talking about like her sweetener, health stuff. And the second she leaves, Frank's talking about he wants to play these videos of some guy who like gets sick after he eats or just some kind of like gross out, sick out type of video. I was so fucking pissed off. This is twice in 2 weeks. Every time food comes up, Frank wants to play something fucking disgusting right after it. Stop it. How old are you? Think about what people are seeing at your show. I know he doesn't watch them back, so it's not going to hit him and he's not going to realize this is fucking disgusting. Oh, what's up? Rainbow Warrior. Pete, how's it going? John Rogers, yeah, Under Pressure was the song stolen for Ice Ice Baby. Yeah, didn't you get sued for that? Try to explain it away. B-Chap says, yes, uses up time. I've got so many blood tests over the decades. I made a humor joke about the I don't know that word. About the employees. B-Chip, yeah, I think it's so Weird Al Yankovic, Rice Baby. Cute. So Frank really just wants to gross out everybody going to the event. So he's going to have all this food there and nobody's going to eat it. So it's just going to sit there and then he's going to pout and act like, oh, nobody wants my food. Yeah, because back in July, you could not shut the F up about every disgusting thing. Again, how old are you? Pull out your driver's license, look at the date of birth. And if that doesn't mean anything to you, type in the current year, subtract the year you were born, and if it's 2 digits, cut that shit out. Yeah, hello, number 3. Yeah, Pete, I know, right? Just Mercury retrograde, sun and a water sign. Got everything against me. If this shit happens next week, don't make me call in and say something about it. I haven't called into Frankly in a year. But the next topic was when he finally got away from the gross out shit. Pete, anything, any food that's going to be sponsoring the event. Frank has the guest on and then has to play something disgusting in the same episode. So we have those connotations to the food when we sit down to eat. Maybe the AI is telling him to do that. He doesn't watch his own shows back. Apparently in Japan, they sleep well because they have their rooms colder than the coldest temperature on planet Earth. They sleep in 55-degree weather on purpose. It snows in California when it's 55 degrees Fahrenheit. 55, that's practically 32 Fahrenheit. That's practically freezing in Celsius to me. I would wake up with a cold the next day. At the very least, a sore throat if it was that fucking cold in my house. I would have to have the windows open and air conditioning blowing in to extra windows that this room just does not have to get that room that cold. No way. So that's when everybody in the chat room started putting in their like ideal temperature. Pete likes a top hat. Me too. I'm glad I can wear it today. It's finally cool enough. Me personally, it's got to be 75, at least 75. If it gets higher than that, don't really care for it. 70, I will be shivering. I don't have muscles, so if it's 70 in here, no, that's no good. It's like 75 is fine. I can still say, like, close the window and sleep with all my blankets over me and, not wake up sweating, nothing like that. If it's too hot, sometimes it's too hard to fall asleep. And then if you do, so, like at the hottest part of the day, I'll want to sleep just to get through it. So sometimes I'll just oversleep if it's too hot. And then if it's too cold, I'll get sleepy too. So it's like, just right around 75 for me is fine. A few people like it, but 70, 72. Some folks are like, I want it like 60 or, 65, somewhere around in there. And it's like almost the whole chat room was given temperatures in Fahrenheit. So finally, Three Dots just said, I sleep in my refrigerator. That fucking got me. After all that talk. Yeah. Patrick, I bet tripe and onions won't be on the menu. Yeah, no, Smack Farm Pay Wet. Yeah. None of that. John Rogers, I just deal when it's hot. It's just, I want to have like at least a sheet on me, and if I can't do that, it's like, oh, I'm just lying here. And I've got the wrist braces on, so I'm even warmer. So it's like, why? I'm just lying here, not doing anything. And then Shane B asked, how old is Jupiter Gulinello? And right away, three of us answered. I said 200. Dandy said 300. Nighthawk said 392. It's like, damn, he just aged 200 years in 10 seconds. And I thought we were done with it. And then Lisa Gray was talking about Jupiter Gulinello was 14 years old in the 1600s. Yeah, all those. B-Chap, the guy who calls up Frank and tells his own personal life. That might be Willie Fix It, the guy who kind of like rambles and talks about a lot of stuff. And then Frank had to just go and ruin the episode by whistling at the end. Didn't care for that. Thursday's show, Frank was playing this video of some guy in a pink shirt talking about how he got away with murder because his family was connected. Took a very long time to tell this story. It took forever. So much. There was a lot of backstory in that story that we just did not need. It took forever. So Mirror saw. He's like, sir, this is a Wendy's. That's how it came up. Like, it was so rambly, I almost don't care. Nightcock, he hasn't aged a bit these last 350 years. Like, right. Oh, that's good. Patrick said we've had a glorious summer so far, usually pissing down with rain. We could take a little bit of that rain. King 40 called in. He had a fashion question. He didn't have to call in about that. Your belt matches your shoes. Ladies, your belt matches your shoes, matches your purse. I don't make the rules. That's how it goes. Don't do like my one ex boyfriend. This is one of the reasons that not to stay with the guy. He would want to wear entirely all black everything. Like shirt and jeans. You couldn't even see his belt because he didn't tuck in his shirt. But then he would want to wear brown shoes. And I said, no. Nobody can see your belts. If they could, it's not brown anyway. If you're wearing all black, just keep it going. You're an adult wearing all black. You're already emo. You're not going to change anybody's mind by wearing brown shoes. You look like you're emo and you look like you don't know how to dress. So it doesn't matter the style or anything like that. Just make sure the colors match. So you could be wearing, like a black, dress, ladies, but if your purse and your belt and your shoes are blue, you do that. Don't mix up those colors. You don't have to even wear a belt. It's just your shoes and your purse. Make sure those match. Lisa Gray said we hit 70 degrees here once. Whoa, that's almost livable. Pete says black belt. Did he practice karate? He said he's gonna be wearing black cowboy boots. I was like, oh. Okay. Then I thought he was short, so I asked him, why do you wear cowboy boots? No. I mean, maybe guys can wear cowboy boots, but ladies never wear cowboy boots. If you want your foot to just look like a friggin' tree trunk stub going straight into the ground, it's the most unsexy, unflattering, unfuckable boot out there. Then there's Crocs. You never want to wear Crocs. I was thinking of that Dusty Blue King will no doubt do with Saturday Night Fever dancing. That's what I was expecting. With like the white, I've never seen that movie, but like the white suit and like the pose and all that. Yeah. One to go to, but King's brown thong though. Ew. Patrick, yeah, King 40 usually here. Hope he's well. Yeah, I mean, like he might be a tomorrow show. Who knows? Maybe he tuned into the first one and realized it was off, and just I don't know. Mercury retrograde stuff. But yeah, it doesn't matter the style, like, whatever it is. It doesn't matter if you got like them from different stores, but like, fellas, belt, shoes, make sure they match. I don't know exactly how this came up before, but I always liked him. I wanted a smartphone in the 90s. I just didn't know what it existed. I wanted to be able to be in contact with people like outside of my city and also like know what's going on in other parts of the world, not necessarily like news wise, even though I was watching news back then and I was worse off. Michael, what's up? Glad you made it. Royal Orleans goes by Michael. And not your fault, Broomhilda. Oh, Crocs are gay. Yeah, John Rogers. I've never had my foot in one. It's one thing if they're comfortable. Okay, but never let anybody see wear them. Like holding your wine by the bowl. Never let anybody do that at home where nobody can see you. Don't let your pets see it. Don't let your plants see it. No. But I always wanted something like a smartphone. There was no, like, we had computers in the late 90s, but something in your pocket and you can just talk to your friends and just instantly and then like tweets and stuff like that. I would have eaten that up. And then Gen X, they had to, they had it a little bit rough. They had to dodge kidnappers and serial killers in the 70s. But then that is what desensitized them to violence. Whereas the next generation, Generation Y, we had video games to desensitize us to violence. World War II desensitized the boomer generation. John Rogers says, I like my leather sandals. I just have to have something because I have to have a lift in my shoe because I got the one leg shorter than the other next to a surgeon. So it's got to have something like behind like the heel to so I can put my inserts in there. So I can hide that fact. Oh, that was all one thing. And I don't know why, I don't know if Frank mentioned this before. I just had a feeling there was going to be ice cream at the Jamboree. And Frank mentioned his buddy who just has an ice cream store that Frank's inviting to bring all these flavors and enough ice cream for everybody. One, where there'll be waffle cones. Two, what are the flavors? Is there going to be coffee chip? Is there going to be blueberry? Are you going to have the guy on the show and then try to play gross out videos for the second half of the show? Please do that. I want to meet this guy before I never eat his food. Don't let that happen a third time. BChap said King 40 rang up quite frankly studio about a week ago. He didn't sound um in good health. Pete says, I sip wine with a Betty Boop straw while wearing multicolored Crocs. Oh, no. Oh, Patrick, still using an iPhone 6. Good enough for me. That's cool. If it works. So, ice cream. Just no word on the flavors. And then someone mentioned the movie Magic from 1978. The Anthony Hopkins film where he's that's him throwing his voice. He's doing the ventriloquist dummy thing. Jerry Goldsmith score. Last I knew, it's on Tubi. I've seen it. It's been a while. I've seen it maybe once. At first, you want to think, oh, that's cool how they use like a voiceover to do that effect, and then you realize, no, that's really Anthony Hopkins. That's when he makes his voice high. That's what it really sounds like. That's really him doing that. Dusty Blue Yassine Sal the Butcher will be contributing his meat along with Jay Gulanello's chef too. Yeah, it's Sal's bringing meat to do the steak thing. Jupiter's bringing. He mentioned it before in an earlier episode. Something like he's gonna have normal food, something about bacon, but then he's also gonna have like the weird shit there, like his liver pate and his weird ass vampire food. I'm not gonna be touching. I don't even know if I'll have an appetite when I'm there. I'm hungry all of the time. Michael says, I rarely call in, especially after Albert passed, but the thong thing will be forever brown stain on my persona. Oh, God. People freak out when Ouija boards work as intended. Now, these are all people of a certain age. They're all older than me. So we have to assume they're adults. And then they get a Ouija board, and then they put their hands on it, and like the girl comes in, so they ask it a question, and it spells out the name of somebody this girl knew, but they didn't know that girl knew it, so that girl freaks out and runs away, and then everybody left there it gets scared. Yeah, what's the freak out for? And then there's Frank talking about, I've never touched an Ouija board. I don't even want to be in the same room as one. But then at the same time, he's sucking off AI, which is Satan. And he's so scared of it, he doesn't know how it works, nothing about an Ouija board. And at the very end of that episode, I was thinking I really should call in and set these folks straight. I didn't, say it that way or think it that way, but I was just thinking how to call in because a Ouija board works like a radio. If you Some places it gets reception, some places it doesn't. Frank knows what a radio is. So if it's telling you names of people only you know and other people don't know it, that's what they do. Just be respectful to whoever you're speaking with. Don't leave the pointer on the board. And as soon as I thought this, somebody typed it in. Don't do this. Don't fucking burn it. If you burn a thing, anything, you release any kind of spirits in it. If this pen was haunted and I set fire to it, I would let the evil spirits out of it rather than just chucking it in the bin. So don't be afraid of an Ouija board and then cast a spell on top of it, i.e., setting the motherfucker on fire, changing its physical state. Like break up the Necronomicon if you want to go that far. I mean, I'm not, I'm just kind of being, you know, sensationalized with it. And then there's Frank. He's scared of the Ouija board because of The Exorcist, like he saw it when it came out. All that film did was scare people back into the church. So there's Frank, a victim of its propaganda, scared of an Ouija board. It's funny. I don't think I still have mine, but when I got rid of it, I think I just chucked it in the bin. I didn't set fire to it. Michael Orleans said we sat next to Anthony Hopkins at church in Walnut Creek, California. He looked at my mom and held his finger to his mouth. Shh. Yeah, he lives in Cali. Oh my God. I would lose my shit. So everybody who called in, like they were so scared. Oh, it told me the name of somebody only I knew. It told me the name of somebody who died. Like, do you freak out when you turn the faucet and water comes out? Oh my God, everything's wet! Did you set fire to it afterwards? Like, when a thing works as intended, chill out. Dusty Blue, Nikki, start searching places to stay in Port Chester, New York. I have to book soon since not many near the Jamboree venue. Briefly searching some pricey too. I'm sure, again, like I was saying, I'm sure all of my money is going to go to putting gas in my friend's car and a hotel room that's going to be, it's I wonder if I'll get to eat for the rest of the year after I get back. That's why I'm pushing the super chat thing. The off chance I'll get to eat on the few times that I'm not like actually at the like Jamboree getting fed. Like that first day, the 5th, I don't think we're getting fed for that. So we just, show up and hang out. Well, which is fine. I'm not expecting to like be given, food at every single turn. But then it depends on where I don't know if my friends can go yet, so I don't know if they are thinking like do they want to stay farther away? So it might be cheaper and then they can drive in. I don't know if they're going to want to stay someplace close, and it sort of depends again on the money. I don't know if we're going to do like 50-50, like 75-25, or like hey, I'll cover this, you cover that. It's so up in the air, and I can't. The more energy I spent into finding a hotel will just mean more energy out into the universe. That's going to end up me wasting my time, and I just won't end up going. So if I wait and just like do everything last minute, I kind of have to, because there's no point in me planning ahead for something that if I can't go to, I'll just feel even worse if I can't go. So I do have to consider, like I am sort of mostly planning on thinking I'm going to be going, but if I can't, I don't want to be me when that happens. I don't want to go through that. I feel bad enough. Now, people have mentioned about streaming the event for people who can't go. It's come up a lot. Not all the time, but it does kind of come up a lot. But Frank mentioned that the event, like future events, he's going to do more planning, but this is this kind of first thing. So just when he does the September 5th one for the VIP folks, that one he is planning on doing, like maybe not live streaming the whole 5 hours, but live stream parts of it just for the sponsors. So if you can't go, nothing's going to be live streamed for you. If you're not already a sponsor, for quite frankly, you're kind of shit out of luck. So with that in mind, I wasn't not thinking about like having my face in front of a camera those 2 days, but if you're going to be filming me and it's not for absolutely everybody to see, I'm not interested. So like I film everybody else there, but please don't try to like, I'm sure they won't, but like please don't try to focus on me. I'll be talking to people who sponsor Frank monetarily. I don't know those people from the rest of us. So like again, if it's not for everybody, I don't, it makes me uncomfortable being a part of it. So I don't shove the camera in my face when I'm only going to be talking to I don't even know how many people sponsor Frank. Dusty Blue said, yeah, maybe Frank will help you and your friend out with a place to stay, even if it's last minute. Like, look, man, just let me park in your driveway so I can sleep in the car. Where's the toilet? I won't eat your food. I won't even have to talk to anybody. Just bathroom and someplace quiet to sleep. I can sleep in the car, in the driveway. It's going to wreck my back up, but as long as it's quiet, it's cheaper than a hotel. Yeah, I don't know what it's gonna be like when it gets closer and if I'm even going. It's just, everything is just completely up in the air. So I can't get excited about a thing. I don't know if I'm going to, but I'm being positive about it. Michael said a Ouija is a wooden version of AI. I just had a bad experience with it. My sister was talking to Bert. Phone rang. Guess who it was? Oh my God, it's Bert. That's how it works. Oh, be chap's gonna listen to some Willie Nelson. Michael said, "Bring your broom with you." I don't have a broom. I just have a vacuum. Do you have a broom? No, I just got a vacuum. Zoos are evil. Just the more I see footage of zoos, they just need to phase those out. It's so sad seeing those animals in those tiny little areas. That's not okay. Those really need to be phased out. I wanted to go to more zoos when I was a kid. Now I wish I did because I cannot stand the thought of them now. I had to say that. Mm. I'm acting like this is my only show this week. I got to do the same thing tomorrow. Oh. 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 Oh, wait, hold on. Am I getting notifications or not? What's my phone doing? Oh, yeah, get to Frank's intervention. Yeah, cool. Yeah, thanks for the super chats. All this is going to be. And food money. Wow. Because I'm not going to be, again, going up there like sightseeing and doing all that stuff. I will not have the energy for it. Like, just sitting in a car getting up there will be enough. Yeah, we're going to do something similar to this tomorrow. Hopefully in one episode. Please smash the like button as you make your way towards the door. It helps out the channel. All multiple shows do in one night is just tank my numbers for YouTube. It's like a few, like one of the episodes gets all the views and like some of the likes, and then the other two just sit there. And maybe I got to figure out how to edit those together into one episode. And then what do I do? Do I just drop it like one episode, or do I make it a premiere, which means it would have a chat room? I don't know. Let me get out of the sun being in a water sign, and then I'll think about that. Yeah, Lisa Gray. Yeah, see you next time. Want to go to NYC watch party? Yeah, that's what some folks were talking about. That I forget in what area, in another state, but they were talking about getting together for a watch party for it. But it's only going to be for folks who have sponsored the show. Will sponsor Frank or support the show monetarily. I don't know if it's going to be streamed live or if he's going to like just collect it and upload it later. That kind of has nothing to do with me. Oh, want to go to? Did I actually miss a notification about there is a Gangs of New York watch party that Frank's doing. Again, if you support the channel monetarily, he does his movie club. He mentioned it, but I'm not in it, so I didn't write anything down. He does want to do that. He just has to figure out where, or maybe because Amazon maybe or Google did it once before, but he's not sure about it. Oh, John Rogers, yeah, have a great night. Patrick, yeah, that did go really quickly. All that jumping around. I'm gonna get good at doing multiple shows. I wasn't as sweating and pissed off. I mean, I was pissed off, but I still am. But we all got through it. You guys came back around. We have to deal with these little things. Just modern times, technology. It kind of is what it is. It could be worse, could like the power is still on, so it's I know, Michael. Yeah, Jamboree sounds gay. He called it a soiree. Is it French? Are there guillotines? Is there wine? What's going on here? You know, do we get to wear the wigs and all that? I don't know any French, so. Oh yeah, so always support all of your favorite content creators. Smash the like button. Make sure you are subscribed. You can share the shows if you think you're. I mean, maybe not this episode because I'm stuttering and it's a three-part, but other episodes that are just one chunks. Send those to people to watch. And then we'll get going with we'll do something tomorrow in one show. I am finally getting back into the Dark Shadows notes, but Dragon Sage, what's up? So that is going along. I think I'm on episode 17 out of 1,245 episodes. I am plowing away. It's not a lot, but the fact that I can get any work done, it's better than what it's been before. So I'll take any of the little victories I can get. So you can leave your pants on the floor if you're going to be back tomorrow. There was a lot of picking up and setting down tonight, so I understand if you don't want to bend over one more time. I'm the same way. Michael says you're improving big time. Oh, thank you. I'm glad I could wear my hat. Patrick said they tend to the smell of garlic, but the French ain't too bad. Yeah, I know some cool French people. I'm not gonna give them shit. Takes all kinds to make the world go round and all that. I like a baguette as much as the next person. So yeah, you guys are awesome. Thank you guys for supporting the channel, for the super chats and the likes, and it just showing up to the chat room. That is a blast. Seeing all of these good people in one spot. And Renata, quite frankly, that's wild. Maybe that's how the event is going to be, like the Jamboree. It's just like a live chat room. I don't want to speculate on that too much since it may not. I know how my luck goes. The very last day of Cancer, I'm going to get a DM. Because I had something similar like that happen years ago. Thought I was safe, and then it got to that very last day. I'm thinking, cool, I just got to get through this shift, and I'm done with the sun and a water sign for the rest of the year. And then my manager had to tell me something. It's all right. We got through it. So yeah, love you guys. Take it easy. Get something good to eat. Have a steak. Oh, let's all go up to Lisa Gray's since she's smoking all the meats. And look after yourselves. Don't watch any AI. Can't end my show. There we go. Oh, Dragon Sage back in Montreal. Good. Yeah, good night, everybody. Take it easy. Sorry about the jumping around, but thanks for sticking with me. Hopefully it was still fun. This will be fun to watch back, all three parts. Patrick said, I'll be here tomorrow. See you then, Nikki. Oh, cool. Drake, yeah, no Frank tonight. This is Frank's every other Friday he takes off. So he was just going to be, like, I guess he was on the studio painting earlier, allegedly. And then next week will be a full Frankly week. So you get me for 2 days, and then just the one day next week. He Frank drinks, so he needs time off to hit the bottle. I want to go to said till next time. Stay quite frankly, hell yeah. So I love you guys again. You're the best. And until officially ending this part 3. If you watched all 3 parts, you're awesome. I hope you smashed the like button for all 3 parts. That doesn't usually happen around here too often. But you guys are great. And until next time.